Welcome to Bamfordrose and another question of the week. This week's question of the week is about something I've been asked over the years many times before, and it's owners searching for decent events to take their Aston on, which can be enthralling but offer a safe environment where the car isn't put at risk at all. As a company, we've run a couple of cars in Aston Martin Owners Club GT4, so arriving at tracks and staging events is something that we know well. Early on in the video, I'm going to say now, click in the link in the bio and you'll find some info about some fantastic Bamfordrose track days that we're holding this year. Now, there are some really good track day companies in the UK, but there's also some pretty bad events as well. You know, what happens on your normal track event in the UK? When you arrive at about 7:30 in the morning, you're herded into the briefing room, which is often a freezing cold. You've got a cup of coffee, instant coffee in a paper cup, and you have to stand there packed in like sardines listening to the briefing. You're then rushed off to the garage, get your car noise tested, and then go out on some sighting laps. After that, you're put in a group, which when you get out on track is absolutely rammed full. You know, you haven't really got any free space on the track at all. There are a lot of people that are quite reckless and you risk having someone else's accident. But I was at a track event a few weeks back where in the morning session there were about 12 red flag stoppages. This is because people are just going off all the time, and a lot of these track day companies don't actually have marshals out on the circuit anywhere, so if someone goes off, it's an immediate red and the session is stopped. If that happens, you find yourself not having too much track time at all. You've then got some other niggles. The British weather. You know, how many times have we turned up at a track event to not really bother going round because there's streaming water down the centre of the track? And if you take your Aston on a track day, you know, you arrive, you're on your own. If there is a little bit of a niggle with the car, who's going to fix it? How are you going to get back home? These are all barriers to prevent you from enjoying the car on a circuit, which is undoubtedly the best place to stretch the legs of the Aston and get closer to the limits of the sports car, something that you'll certainly never really be able to do on the road. So we're going to solve that problem, and this year we've got 2 track day events organised. Now, we want to give ourselves the best chance of a blue sky day, and for that reason both our events are in Spain. Next year we're going to look at hosting many more days, but we're going to keep it to 2 this year. And this year's circuits, we've got the Circuit de Almeria in the southeast corner of Spain. Now, this is a super special circuit. There are actually 3 tracks in one circuit: a small national circuit, a normal regular circuit, and then they link the 2 together to give you what they call the Circuit Iberia, which is 9.2 kilometers long with a 1.1 kilometer straight. That circuit doesn't feature on the international racing circuit, but it is designed and constructed to FIA standards. Rumble strips and runoff areas all conform to the latest standards. It's just for various reasons that circuit wasn't chosen to race at. It's an absolute hidden gem, and in terms of the exhilaration then and the length, then it's only the mighty Nürburgring that comes close. That day is in October. Our other day is in a circuit close to Barcelona. Now, it's not the F1 circuit, it's a circuit called Parc Motor. This is a fabulous little circuit with many gradient changes, a couple of crossovers and some real technical series of corners, and that day is in July. Another common conversation I have with customers when they come and collect their car and we can chat cars at handover is that many customers actually have bikes or a few bikes, and we thought it would be nice to be able to give owners the chance to run their car around the circuit and then on the next day run their motorbike around the circuit. So at both Barcelona and Almeria, both of our track days are 2 consecutive days. Now, it's not a problem if you didn't want to run a bike and a car, then you can just run either. You know, if you watch this channel and you'd sooner go on one of our track days on your bike and leave the Aston at home, then not a problem. That is the main reason for the link in the bio. It's a bit of a questionnaire as we understand what people interested would like to do. In that event where a customer wanted to run both car and bike, then perhaps they'd drive down in the car and we would ship the bike along with all other bikes that we would ship. The difference with our events is that we're going to keep it super low numbers, and there'll be a bit of a personal touch to our track days. We'll understand if you want to ride or drive around with other cars or bikes, or you prefer to have your own space on the circuit. We'd understand what each person within the entire group wanted to do and then structure groups and numbers accordingly to match that. We'd run our own GT4 V8 Vantage. We'd also run another V8 Vantage that we've got, and that solves the problem of the concern that some owners have of going to a track, having a niggling problem and no one there to fix it. You know, we'll be carrying a spares package and we're able to fix basic problems and change tyres, change brake pads. Together with super low numbers, then we're going to have great hospitality at these events. You know, it's quite a comparison where most complexes in Spain cater for this to a really good level, and then you look at a dreary canteen on a damp Tuesday at some circuit in the UK. There can be some really good hospitality to match the super low exclusive number days, and that's going to give a real good package. An added bonus is that we will have professional driving and rider coaching at these events. We've already got a current pro motorcycle racer that's going to be at this event, and if those motorcycle riders out there wanted some tuition from him, then how fantastic would that be? And you know, you can book a time slot throughout the day and then feel free to do your own thing later on in the day. We'll offer pro tuition for the car, but it won't be a current pro driver, but it will be an ARDS rated instructor. I know from feedback there's quite a lot of viewers in France, Germany and Spain, so this track day event is obviously open to you guys as well. And this is the purpose of the link in the bio. It's a questionnaire so we can understand where everyone's coming from, whether they want car and bike, whether they want some pro tuition, if you're going to travel as part of a road convoy through France and we book the stop-offs, or whether you make your own way, maybe you go by ferry. Some customers who know of our days already are saying they're going to turn it into a mini holiday, so would you want us to advise on hotel locations, either Barcelona or Almeria? As I said, this is something that we're going to build on, and next year will be more days. We'd certainly look at Aragon, Jerez, Cartagena and the Barcelona F1 circuit. Since running a couple of cars in GT4, you know, we've not been out the workshop for quite a few years, so this is actually quite good for us to get some fresh air outside the workshop. And because these events are going to be a regular feature, then this is a chance for some regulars to make some good long-term lasting friendships with like-minded people that continually go on our events. So we see this not just as a one-off track date that you go on, it's a bit of a lifestyle. It's a bit of an ownership experience journey that you go on with your car. So if you're interested, click that link in the bio and fill out the questionnaire. Leave me your comments in the comments section, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Of course, we'll see you on the next question of the week.